Welcome to this Follow My Lead tutorial. You've created a Zoom login, and you may have had your first meeting already, hosted by someone else. Now it's time to schedule a meeting of your own. This tutorial will show you how to schedule a meeting in the Zoom Meetings application. You can also do this via the Zoom website or using the app on a mobile phone or tablet. Most of the options are the same, but may be presented in a slightly different order or format. Here I have opened the Zoom Meetings application. If you haven't downloaded this already, in most cases you will need it to participate in a Zoom video meeting on your PC or laptop. On the Zoom homepage, hover your mouse over the Resources menu. Click Download Zoom Client and follow the instructions provided. Welcome to the home screen of the Zoom Meetings application. If you already have meetings scheduled today, your next meeting will be shown here. To schedule a new meeting, click the Schedule icon. First, enter a topic or name for your meeting. Now select a date and time. You and your participants can join your meeting anytime before or after the scheduled start time, so choose the time you intend everyone to be ready for the meeting to begin. Next, select the approximate duration. This is only for scheduling purposes. Don't worry, your meeting won't end after this amount of time. However, it is important to note that if you're using the basic or free version of Zoom, there is a 40-minute limit on meetings of 3 or more people. Now you can select the time zone. By default, Zoom will use your computer's time zone, but you can click the drop-down menu to select a different time zone if needed. If this is a recurring meeting, for example a weekly staff meeting, you can tick this box. This will use the same meeting ID for each session, and you can select the recurrence information in the calendar invite at the end. If you want to use your personal meeting ID as the ID for this meeting, check the Personal Meeting ID box. If Generate Automatically is selected, a random unique meeting ID will be generated for this meeting. Do you require a password for this meeting? If so, you can choose your password here. Joining participants will be required to input this before joining your scheduled meeting. It doesn't need to be numerical, but it's easiest to use numbers if you have participants dialing in from a phone or room system. Now select what you would like to happen when you or your participants join the meeting. If you select Video On, the video will start when the meeting is joined. If you select Off, you and your participants can select to start the video after the call has been joined. Next, choose whether you would like to allow users to call in via telephone only, computer audio only, which is computer speakers and microphone, or both. If telephone or computer and telephone are selected, you'll see the option to edit your dial-in country. This determines the phone number that a telephone participant will need to call. United States is the default. Select New Zealand, and then you will have the option to unclick United States. One thing to note about Zoom is that you don't select your meeting participants within Zoom itself. You create the meeting first, and then outside of Zoom, you can invite as many people as you require to join. Most meeting invites are sent out using a calendar invite, and if you use Outlook or Google Calendar, Zoom will help you to do this once your meeting is scheduled. If you don't want to send the invite using Outlook or Google Calendar, select Other Calendars. This will provide you with the meeting information to copy and distribute yourself, for example by email, once you've clicked Schedule. I'll show you how to do this when we get to that point. Now let's look at the advanced options. Enable waiting rooms. This prevents people from joining a meeting until the host, which is you, is ready. This is most useful if you're holding a meeting that you don't want to begin without you. You're holding a meeting that requires several participants to have a private discussion first, for example, a panel job interview. Or you're using your personal meeting ID for multiple meetings and you want to ensure you have the right people joining this meeting. Enable Join Before Host. Ticking this allows participants to join and start interacting before you arrive. Mute participants on entry. If you haven't allowed participants to join before you, this will mute individuals as they join the meeting and they can then unmute themselves after joining. This reduces disruption as people join. If you want your participants to authenticate by signing in before joining your meeting, tick Only authenticated users can join, sign into Zoom. If you're a pro user, you'll see a box here that says Automatically Record Meeting. if you wish to do so. You'll also have the option to add alternative hosts. If you want someone to be able to start the meeting without you, you can enter the email address of another Zoom user here who is licensed on your account to do so. When you're happy with all of the meeting details, select Schedule. In this case, I selected Google Calendar as my calendar invite method, and you'll see all of my meeting information has automatically been entered into a calendar invite ready for me to send. This includes the meeting name, time and date, the address, which is the meeting link, and then the link, meeting ID and password is located in the description. You can add further details about the meeting in the description if you wish. If you're creating a meeting that repeats, in this case a weekly staff meeting, don't forget to select this in the invite. Because you selected recurring meeting in Zoom, the same meeting ID can be used for each session. And now you can add any meeting guests. Click Save, and you can select whether you would like to send invites to your participants via your calendar. There are times when you won't want to send out your meeting information via a calendar invite. It may be that you don't use Outlook or Google Calendar, or you want to email, text, or even messenger the invite to your clients, colleagues, friends, or family. In the calendar options, select Other Calendars. Once you have completed all of your meeting information and selected Schedule, you will see that your meeting information is presented to you. Click Copy to Clipboard, and then you can paste this information into an email or any other communication method of your choice. And that's your meeting scheduled. Enjoy your Zoom. Follow My Lead create custom-made instructional video tutorials here in New Zealand. They're a great way to teach your staff or clients how to complete or follow a process, enabling them to more effectively work from home or work independently on site. Follow My Lead tutorials are easy to follow and available 24/7. To find out how Follow My Lead can help your business, visit followmylead.co.nz.